Hi, my name is Maria, and I'm with the Zachry Garden Club. We are working to spread awareness about diabetes and how to prevent it, because diabetes is such a problem in San Antonio. We partnered up with the American Diabetes Association and the Spurs Team Up Challenge. Let's find out more.
My name is Jose Macias, and I'm the online manager for the American Diabetes Association here in San Antonio. I've been with the organization for approximately 5 months, but I've been type 1 for almost 18 years. So the work here that is done at the American Diabetes Association is very personal for me. It's a matter of making a difference for people living with diabetes and working to prevent diabetes for countless people in our community that may not even be aware that they have it. There are 2 forms of diabetes. Type 1, you're insulin dependent, your pancreas is no longer producing insulin, and insulin is required to be injected into your body to regulate your blood sugar levels. Then there is type 2, where there is still some level of activity in your pancreas, but maintaining a positive blood sugar level has been difficult. Diet and exercise typically help.
Hi, my name is Keaton. I'm going to review the warning signs of diabetes. I found this information in the American Diabetes Association pamphlet. The following symptoms are typical. However, some people with type 2 diabetes have symptoms so mild that they can go unnoticed. Type 1 warning signs. Symptoms usually occur suddenly. Frequent urination, excessive thirst, extreme hunger, dramatic weight loss, irritability, weakness and fatigue, nausea and vomiting. Type 2 warning signs. Symptoms usually occur gradually. Any of the type 1 symptoms, recurring or hard to heal skin, gum or bladder infections, drowsiness, blurred vision, tinglingness or numbness in hands and feet, and itching.
Let's hear some stories from people with type 1 and type 2 diabetes.
I've lived with diabetes for nearly 20 years. I was diagnosed as a type 1 when I was 23 years old, and of course it came to me as a complete shock. I lost 35 pounds before I realized that I was diabetic. It's amazing that I didn't go into diabetic coma or shock based on not understanding how to regulate my blood sugar. But since I've been able to exercise daily, eat well, and essentially live a normal life. And it's common now for people even in their 70s who have had diabetes for over 30, even 40 years, to lead a normal life. The key is exercise and healthy eating.
My name is Troy Solis, and I am a social studies teacher at Zachry Middle School. My brother Anthony Solis learned he had diabetes back in the late 1990s, and he started suffering from renal failure as a result of his diabetes. He also, because of a lack of exercise, poor eating habits, also began to experience other health issues. In 2005, I discovered my brother needed a kidney, and after doing some testing, I learned that I was a perfect match for him. Through the Kidney Foundation, in 2006, I traveled to Lubbock, Texas, and I was able to provide a kidney to my brother as a living donor. 6 years later, in 2012, we are both living a productive life. My brother is eating healthier and he's exercising more, and I'm doing what I can to also keep myself in good health. My brother and I were lucky because we were great matches as far as the kidney donation, but not everyone can be as lucky as we were. You do need to take care of yourself, you do need to eat right, and you do need to exercise as much as possible.
How would you know if you were at risk for diabetes? You'd have symptoms like frequent urination, fatigue, headaches, your body would ache. Those are real common symptoms of individuals that are having risk for diabetes. We have noticed that type 2 diabetes has impacted the adult community, but we are seeing a rise in youth having type 2 symptoms, obesity being one of the leading factors to having diabetes. One of the best things to do when you are at risk for type 2 is to control or manage your diet and exercise. Those 2 factors alone can reduce your risk for type 2 diabetes tremendously.
I want to talk to you about the best foods for you I found in this pamphlet. Non-starchy vegetables such as green beans, carrots, broccoli, and spinach, fruit, 1% milk. Look for cereals, breads, and grains with whole grains as the first ingredient. A plant-based protein foods and lean meat such as fish and seafood, chicken, turkey, lean cuts of beef, lamb, and pork.
Exercise is one of the keys to preventing diabetes. Aim for at least 30 minutes of exercise most days of the week. Be more active throughout the day. Walk instead of driving when you can. Take stairs instead of an elevator. Work in the garden, rake leaves, or wash the car.
The complications of diabetes are profound. Not only could it affect your circulation and possibly lead to amputation, it also impacts your psychological well-being. It leads to depression, it leads to a lack of fatigue. Your quality of life is definitely compromised. Today in our society, there's a lot of emphasis on eating fast foods or not eating the correct portions. And sometimes I come across individuals that are at risk for diabetes, and some of them are as young as 13 years old. What I try to stress to them is to eat what they want, but eat it in moderation. Don't eat so much. And also to exercise. You don't know how significant it is to just do 30 minutes to 40 minutes of exercise a day. It makes a big difference. And in some instances, it really helps the individual's self-esteem and their sense of well-being. Growing a garden is extremely important. When you grow vegetables or fruits or whatever it is you have in your garden, it places a lot of emphasis on healthy eating. There's not enough diversity in our diet, so whenever you have an opportunity to grow your own products, it makes you really appreciate them, and in the long run you tend to eat more vegetables and more fruit. Okay, as a teenager, you are in perfect position to impact your body for the rest of your life. You have the knowledge to eat better and to exercise. Those two things alone will play a tremendous role in the longevity of your life. So you can stop diabetes by living a healthier life today.
Diabetes is preventable. Eat healthy foods and exercise. Remember, gardening gives you both.